How you doing, Ralph here, Ralphy Customs? I'm trying to frame, there you go, look, trying to frame the shot. We're still on this making bits for the M8 frame. I'm hoping to get finished and then do a little bit back on the GS1000. So let's get on and do it, hey, happy days. We've decided to go down the drill it and then mill it route. Oh, fucking I want it backwards. I'm in low gear. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna drill it then mill it. So we've got 18mm Morse taper drill bit in, and hopefully that's going to do the job nicely. You can see properly, can't you, from where you are? So here we go then. Happy days. Give it a squirt of oil again, and come on, any second now. There we go. So that should chew its way through there nicely. I'm moving coffee cup. Look, we don't want swarfing that. There you go. We'll drill those three out. So we're on hole number 2. We've moved along 18. Get that touched off and put the auto feed in. Oh, hey, knock my oil can off. I will leave that doing its stuff and we'll repeat with a third hole. You can join me when we're into milling. Happy days. I know, wobbly. Sorry about that. With those drilled out, fuck me, we're going to run the end mill. Well, roughing end mill, 18mm. And we're going to go in just a few thou. Well, quite a bit, and then we're going to fucking fire it that way. That's the plan. So scream if you want to go faster. Off we go. And we're just going to break through those pockets that we made. So there we go, there's one. Into the hole, on to the next one. And we've got a digital readout to show us when we're back where we should be. You know, we know the centres of the holes, so we won't go past that with this. There's that. So now we'll go down a bit more. Give it a squib. Come back the other way. And we'll just keep zigzagging along, taking out those webs, if you like, until we've got ourselves a proper slot, and then we'll switch to a finishing end mill to get it to the right size. So happy days. Next step, we've got a 19mm. We're on a 20mm slot, so we've got a 19mm 4-flute end mill in there. And what I'm proposing is to plunge the bastard all the way through. Going to take out 1/2 mil each side, which it should do quite happily. So we'll plunge that all the way through. And then we'll move along and do the same. Yeah, quick and dirty. Move along, do the same. Because we've got 1/2 mil each side to cut out to finish the fucker, so we don't need to worry about zigzagging backwards and forwards with this one and getting the finish that we need, because we're going to do a finishing cut afterwards. So that's all good. and you can join me when I'm doing that finishing cut. So I'll get this worked along and then get on and mill the sides nice and finished like. Righto, so we've done that, we've gone all the way along. Let's see if I can get you a better view. Hold on, bear with. And what I now need to do is, there we go, that's better, is widen this slot by 1 millimetre. So I'm going to move it, I'm going to move the job that way 1/2 mil from centre, go along, and then move it 1/2 mil that way from centre and go along. So just bear with while I dial this in. 0.5 we're on, don't we? Plus 0.5 is there. Yep. So give it some lube, nice and steady, work it along. And we'll do that for both sides, and then we'll have a nice slot. And here we go on the home straight, just the last couple of millimetres to go. Any second now. Come on. Over there. So that is that. So what I'll do is give that a quick blow off, and then I'll have a proper measure off camera. Or I might just grab my vernier quick and see what's what. Look. I'm getting 20.06. No, let's have a double check. I'll have a double check off camera and see what's what. Yeah, that's fucking great. There's no wrong with that. I'm going to go and try it on the spindle just to see. And there's the fucking spindle, like, this nut will come off, which it probably won't. Oh, it is one-handed, yeah, off it come. Now this wants to be a nice fit. Oh yeah. There's fuck all, there's no shake up and down. If anything, it's a bit, nips a bit in the middle there, but, not filming it very well, sorry. It fits fucking great, so that's that. Now we need to look at making the sides up like. So we need 4 of these. 45 by 25 by 5 mil thick. And then we split those 2 tubes, remember I made this one, down the middle. Look, this way. Carefully. It holds it alright and it drops dead on the middle where it sits. So it's just nice and steady, cut those through so we end up with 4 pieces. And they go together a little something like that. What I'll do, I'll weld prep these because I'm going to machine it off, and I'll weld prep the bottom of the pipe. I think I might TIG it up. I've been toying with the idea of TIGging it up. These ones are all MIG welded and then machined off, and it's a fuckload of work. I could TIG weld it. Couldn't I? Could though, couldn't I? I've still got to sand these corners off, obviously, make them round like that, sorry, like that. I'm not showing you very well, but I'm really toying with the idea of TIG welding them up. So, how we're tacking these together, look, with the TIG, and I reckon that's the winner. So, get a couple of tacks on, mind your eyes. Mind your eyes. Happy days. Righto, so we're going to choppy chop the corners off on this thick plate, and then we're going to shape it, and then we'll TIG weld the whole lot up and give it a quick clean up. And then we're just 3 holes away from these, but we need to make the caps. So we've got to put the cap securing holes in with little grub screws. We've got to put the adjuster hole in for a big fucking grub screw bolt, and we've got to make the fucking lid. So plenty to go at still. And here's one pre-weld. We've cut off the corners and sanded it smooth and give that a jolly good TIG over, and then a quick fettle before drilling those holes and making the caps, the tops like. And there we go. They just need a quick fettle now, once they've cooled off. Because they're fucking hot, look, they've gone blue. They're all ticked up. So I'm not going to go mad ripping the welds off or anything. I'm just going to give them a quick buff up. And then we can look at making the tops, the covers like, can't we? And now we get some of this 5mm by 50mm plate. And we cut a couple of pieces off ready to make the caps, the end covers like 3 inches long. So now we've got these bits, these are going to be the covers, and we've placed the corresponding unit on there and scribed a line round the end, and we've cut 2 bits of this, 20mm long, backbone this is, 1.5 inches, and that's going to sit inside to receive the grub screws that are going to go in. So I just need to make myself a guide so I can jig it all up, and what I'm going to do is cut 10mm of this off, look, off of the tube that we made those out of. So I want a piece 10mm thick or tall like, so we'll just part it off of this chunk, let it do its thing, and then we'll clean it up and use it as a guide. So now we can put this guide to the scribed line, yeah, on this end, and then we can feed this bit in, put that bit in, so it's going to rest against that on the actual thing like. So the difficulty I have is getting a tack on it. Now I've thought and tried, and I've migged it and then machined it out because I want it smooth in there like. I'm going to have a go with the TIG. I'm going to see if I can get in with the TIG torch, just to get, I only need a little tack, and then I can TIG it on the outside like. So wish me luck. Well, that worked. We've got a tack on, look. Inside, we'll weld around the outside now, just in 2 or 3 spots. Don't have to be fully welded. And that fits that, and that fits that. There's a bit of play in that, which I'm not sure about. I might redo that one. Might knock one off and redo it, but it's worked. Fucking happy days. That's sound. So they go on there, and then there's grub screws that hold them in, and then the profile to shape. Sorted. Now then, I've seen this a lot on other channels, and it's fucking right. I've looked at the stats. Most of you watching this aren't subscribed, and I'm not begging for subs. I'm just saying, if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you won't miss any updates. Worth a go, innit? Right, we then welded. We now mark it for the grub screws, both sides, and there's one there for the wheel adjuster. That's going to be M8. These are going to be M4, I believe I use. I might use M6. I think I'll use M6, you know. I can't remember what I used in there. They look like M5s even. M5 works. And M8, anyway. So I clump them together, and from this moment on, they really should be paired. So after I've drilled and tapped over on the pillar drill, or drilled on the pillar drill, tapped over here on the vise, when I separate them, I will engrave both one with an R and one with an L, or one with a 1 and one with a 2, you know, just so that these caps then stay with their corresponding axle bits. And I'll also scribe around this outside so I can get that chopped up and fucking sanded smooth. Or I'll just chop it. I might just clamp them in place and chop it and sand it as they are, like, you know. So with them, with it clamped in this vise, I can drill it out with the M5 grub screws that I'll put covers on. So we'll just go in nice, look. And I think, I'm hoping we feel it bump through. There you go. That's just gone into the other bit, so we'll stop at that. And it'll leave a little dimple for us. We can go all the way through, it won't matter. The grub screw won't work its way into the unthreaded parts. Once we've, oh, sorry, I'm undoing the wrong thing, look. Once we've separated these and fucking tapped them out, so I'll get this one done. And then just do the same with a bigger drill bit, with a 6.8mm drill bit for the drifted, for the M8 adjuster, for the wheel adjuster doodle. So, happy days. Now we can tap these out. I've got a machine tap for the M8, so we just lube it up and wind it in. Should be no problemo. The very edge of the hole goes into the, just touches the TIG weld, so that could have been a problem, but it's not. And now we get the baby setup, Action Man setup, look, for the M5. And a bit of lube. And this is a normal hand tap, so let's just get it started, line it up as straight as we can, and then give it a couple of them and back it off. 1, 2, back it off. 1, 2, back it off. And I'll break the chip so we don't snap the tab, basically, so the flutes don't foul, although that's not feeling the happiest on the planet, but I'm sure it'll be, there we go, we're through, and we're through, so that's that. We'll flip it over and do the grub screw hole on the other side, and then clamp the plate back on and give them a good clean up. Right, oh, that's them cleaned up, look, and they'll be just peachy once they're all in the frame and blasted and painted or powder coated or whatever. I reckon that is fucking happy days. You can see I've marked that one number 1 and an arrow to show which way this lies. So what I'm doing now is, this is for me when I build the frame. I need a level surface that's, sorry, knocking the tripod, square to this slot. So it needs to be parallel to that slot. So I'm going to run a fly cutter over. And what I've done, I've put a parallel in that sits on the flat bit of the slot, look. And I've made sure there's no gap either side. So now I know that that is running true to the machine, and if I take a skim off there, it'll be true to that. And that'll give me a reference for when I'm jigging up the frame. So I've just touched on, I've only gone 5 thou. And I'm hoping that that does us proud. So a bit of lube on. And a bit of power feed action. And we'll, fingers crossed, scream if you want to go faster time. This is, ain't it? So 5 thou, come on. Oh, we might need to go a bit more. Here we go, we're just levelling up now at that, aren't we? That's cutting quite happily, so we'll knock that back. That was 5. We'll go another 5, which is there, and go again. And that should do it. Yeah, happy days. So there you go. We'll do that with the other one. Give us that level. Oh, I might go another 5. So if I go another 5, you'll remember 15, yeah? Hold on. Come on back. So we'll go another 5. So that's 15 thou. We'll do the same with the other one. Not that a thou matters on the fucking frame, right? But you know. Like a bit of uniformity, don't we? There we go. 15 thou. 3 lots of 5. That'll do nicely. So happy days. So they're done pretty much. As soon as this finishes what it's doing, we'll let that run across, see if the back edge catches it. It probably won't. And then we'll call it golden. Let me just move you, drop you down a bit and move you in so you can see it better. Is it going to catch it? Yes, it fucking is. There we go. Super. Sorted. Happy fucking days. There you fucking go. So we've made an headstock, haven't we? Made some tube. We've made these pillbox axle holders, axle plate box type things. And we're ready to do a frame. We've got 2 to do, actually. We've got Triumph first and then this M8. So follow along if you want to see what I'm up to. Righto. And with that, we've got a dyno out, started up, ready to recommission. Honest to God, it's been in storage for a few months because of the shitty winter. And I have just pulled the choke out, turned it on, gave it a couple of squirts of throttle and it started straight up. Blown the tyres up and now I need to take it for an MOT, which for you foreign Johnnies is a roadworthy check, government roadworthy check, once a year job like. So that's where I'm off to next. Hey, I'm here at the fucking test centre, ain't I? Oh, glance, look, naughty. It's fucking snowing. It's fucking snowing. So let's hope that it's just a light flurry. Otherwise, I'll be camping out here till spring. Hey, and here we are back again. So the snow came and went. Although we're threatening more later. There's a severe weather warning in place. So we've got back just in time, that is. And I picked up a couple of these while over there. If any of the American brothers out there, no toolbox buddy. Yeah, Tony's just taken a clearance lot off someone who did motocross. And it's gone with that, like a load of American oils and all sorts of shit there. But they jumped out at me, so we've got a couple of them for good measure. Right, that's that. That's me bit of paper for my MOT. Covered back up near enough. Not done a very good job, but what? You can't see it now, it's just stopped. It started snowing again, so I wanted to show it you. I've just come out and it's gone. There you go. So it snowed while I was out and it stopped for me to come back, and it snowed once I got back because it never snows on the righteous, was the point I was going to make. So there you go. That's it. I'm going to call it. We've made those bits ready for that frame. I've been out and about. You didn't really see much of it. Now I'm going to knob off in the van because it's starting to fucking snow again. So hopefully we won't be snowed off anytime soon. So it just leaves me, as always, to thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. It makes a huge difference. It really does. Check out all the shit in the description below. Give us a sub. Hit that notification bell. And I'll catch you on the next one. See you soon. Big love, everyone.